Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for mid-April 2023. You can tell what kind of day it is just by the fact that I can never remember what we're doing. But anyway, you start off with this mechanic card. I am almost positive that you had this card with me recently. It says you can easily fix your finances with little friction. It says mend what needs to be broken. It might be broken, but all is not lost. And you start with the tower. And by the way, the tower represents something. Well, this actually changes everything right here. So, but what I would say is that the tower does represent something that is broken, but not lost. Again, the tower always gets reduced down to its foundation. It never falls all the way down. And again, the foundation of the tower is very strong. The reason the tower falls is because those people inside of it have been ignoring reality for too long. So it looks to me like, all is not lost, as this reading says, with that mechanic card, in that you could be rebuilding something or building something up. What I would say here, Libra, is the fact that you have both of these two cards together. To me, this is the most powerful combination in the tarot, the Judgment card and the Tower. To me, it represents like a major wake-up call, like a major realization, a major revelation. So you could be having some big realizations at this time about like the direction of your life or what makes you happy going this way. I kind of, it kind of makes sense to me. I think that a lot of people are having these realizations about, kind of like what they want to do with their lives or what they want to enjoy in life or, what they're willing to accept as well. And, probably for more happiness. It's like, it's kind of like this weird energy. I wish I could explain it better. Maybe over time. Usually my brain figures it out after a certain period of time. But what I would say is I kind of feel like people are, it's like, there's like this weird push-pull in the energy, as I've been saying, where it's almost like, some of us, it's like we have to have these jobs or whatever to support us, but we might be pulled in another direction to start a business or to just leave the rat race altogether and move to, Portugal or something like that and start a farm, right? It's like we could have these crazy ideas. And, I kind of feel like a lot of us are being pulled in these just different directions to make our lives more enjoyable, even if like the outside world seems like we can't enjoy ourselves, or even if it seems like we can't do those things, like move to Portugal or something like that, right? And I'm not saying that's what you're going to do, but what I am saying is that, this type of setup right here shows up for a lot of people. It's just something I noticed going to the High Priestess. The High Priestess kind of represents something that is impossible, something she is kind of imagining doing something maybe that is a little bit difficult. There's no roof over her head here, and it kind of, that symbolism in the tarot on the High Priestess says that whatever she wants to do, there's unlimited potential to do it. The potential exists, but the problem with potential is that potential is just potential. We have to like take advantage of it to make it happen. And I kind of feel like this right here, could be like a wake-up call. I am also getting that this could be some sort of shock to the system. And again, just based off the astrology, it doesn't surprise me, Libra, that some of you could be having some sort of shock that leads to a major change in your life. I think this is true for everyone. It's like, the bank's collapsing. Like, again, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but, again, you ain't seen nothing yet. The good news is, I think a lot of these things, they might seem scary on the surface, but a lot of this, I think, is going to lead to like a lot more freedom to do what you want to do with your life. And so I actually think it's going to have the opposite effect of what people think. Like, again, I see a lot of like, doomsday predictions going on here, and I don't think it's all going to be bad. Again, is it going to, I think there's a difference between bad and comfortable, or I should say bad and uncomfortable. These changes might be uncomfortable, but at the same time, it's like, I look at it like a snake, it's like, as a kid, I worked in pet stores like all my teenage years, right? And it's like snakes, the only time I ever got bit by a snake, and which happened a lot, was when they were shedding their skin. It's like they're super cranky and super uncomfortable during that process, but after the process, then they're always fine, basically. And I would say that I think collectively that we are going through that process. You have the Three of Cups. Probably the most important thing, I think, that during these times, that getting help from other people or celebrating with other people, of course, is going to be, very beneficial. But I really feel like a lot of you are kind of like waking up to something that is, you're going to be building a much more secure life. I love that you have that mechanic card in the Tower. It's like, yeah, maybe something, you had a Tower moment, whatever, but it's like you're waking up to a way to build it back stronger. With the Tower, here you go, you have the Fool, so definitely a new beginning coming in for you. I think going this way, it's a new beginning that will lead more towards towards happiness. Again, the Ten of Cups, of course it could be love. It's the card of happy home, happy family. But I would say that this reading is more talking about, your happily ever after. These people, they're celebrating this happiness that is above them. And I feel there's a lot of happiness coming in for you. With the Judgment card, you have the Strength card. Yeah, I feel like you've been very patient. By the way, if you want love, I do feel like you have this Leo here. You've had like a Leo in your energy for a while, Libra. So, could be a Leo, could be any sign. Virgo also stands out to me here as well. So, take it how it resonates. Could be an Aries too. But what I would say is that, there could be love. With the Three of Cups, you have the Ten of Wands. Yes, I literally I wish I said it, because I was thinking about the Ten of Wands when I started your reading. And some of you, it's like you've been burdened, things have been difficult, but it's like you're about to release the burden. And, that's how I kind of see that Tower and the Judgment card. You're waking up to different ways of doing things. And again, these changes, they might not be the most comfortable, but again, like, people always say to me, like, I don't want to deal with this discomfort and all this other stuff. I'm like, well, okay, get over yourself, number one. You're not going to get sympathy from me, number one. Number two, it's like, yeah, they're not meant to be comfortable, these changes, but I think that, again, the easiest way to get over it is to get over it. And, again, I know this is Steve talking, not Chris, right? So what I would say is, I think we just have to deal with it. And I think the people who embrace the change and embrace the discomfort and get through it are going to be very successful. So, if you're here in the middle pond, again, this is actually the winning pond, then you will be successful. You have this Ancestral Money Blocks card. It says, in order to understand how these ancestral money blocks were passed down, look at your patterns and programs and things you've picked up from parental programming. Yes, it's kind of weird that a lot of people have had these like money blocks cards for this half of the month and things like that. So, it could be the Mercury retrograde is maybe bringing up, collectively could be bringing up some, ideas about money, or it could be bringing up some of your thoughts about money as well, how you work with it. It looks to me like you're actually going to have a victory because you have the Chariot, the Sun, and the Strength card. The Strength card is something we do every single day. So, I always say that really, if there was ever a card that you would want to get with the Money Blocks card, it would be this one right here. This lion is submitting to her. The lion represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons, and it could represent something like money blocks. And I always say, like, the quickest way to overcome money blocks is to work on them every single day, to do affirmations or hypnosis or whatever your favorite practice is. I would do it because, maybe, it kind of seems to me like there could just be a good energy in general for overcoming these things faster. So I would work on these things right now, right? Because I feel like if you do that, then you're going to overcome them quicker. But a lot of you could be doing some like personal development work with this Strength card. I always look at the Strength card as a card of personal development. I always say that it is also a card of getting attention, because it's like, who in their right mind would stick their hands in a lion's mouth? And then you have the card of attention, the Sun. So definitely, like, something is going to be making you very happy. I feel like you could be getting a lot of answers around money as well. You literally end with this Wealth of Knowledge card. So it's almost as if you could be receiving some money for your knowledge, especially in like work or business. I also, like, I feel like I said this to you recently, Libra, but if you're trying to get a job that's like based off of what you went to school for, and maybe you haven't had a job based off of what you went to school for, it's almost like you're getting a job based off of what you went to school for. So I don't know, it kind of gives me those vibes here. You have the Chariot as well, and the Chariot, of course, is a victory. So I do feel like there are a lot of victories coming in for you here. I also feel major change because you have some significant changes. Tower, Judgment card, Chariot, he's leaving that city behind him. I have never seen the Chariot so much. It is crazy to me how over the past, like, I don't know, like all of a sudden, like since the beginning of the year, every single sign has been getting the Chariot. I think it's a sign of the times. And again, I also don't think people realize like what a big change Pluto and Aquarius is. It's like when Pluto is in Capricorn where it was, it's as close to Earth as it possibly can be. So when it enters into Aquarius, it's officially moving towards getting as far away from Earth as it possibly can be. We'll, of course, all be dead by the time it reaches, its apex, basically all the way out. But, the point is it's like leaving Earth. It comes around Earth, basically has an elliptical orbit, and now it's going away. And so this is a very significant change. And again, like this won't happen again for 200 whatever years. So, what I would say is, we're in for a big change. And the Chariot is about, like, he's leaving the city behind him so that he can set himself apart. And, this has been a big theme for, again, the past few months. So anything you can do to make yourself unique, to set yourself apart, would be a really good idea in all areas of your life. With the Chariot, you have the Queen of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer. I'm wondering if it's your mother or something like that. I don't know. I'm getting something about your mother moving or something along those lines. I don't know. Maybe some of you are moving in with your mother, or your mother is moving. There's something here. It's popping into my head. And this could have to do with your money blocks. I am also getting, like, if you have... It might not be your mother, it might be a mother-like figure. It could be a man, but maybe you have like a nurturing figure in your life. And, I feel like this person, not a bad person, but again, maybe that's where the connection to these money blocks is showing up. Some of you could also be moving away from that person, and that could be releasing these money blocks. And again, I don't see this, it's not like, oh, they're a bad person. That's not what I'm saying here. I think maybe you're just moving, and maybe that's the thing that releases you from these money blocks. With the Sun, you have the Two of Pentacles. I think you need to have more fun as well. I say that I think because it doesn't feel very intuitive to me, but just putting it together here with the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, I mean, Two of Pentacles, like, work hard, play hard, but I do feel you need more fun in your life. And no settling I'm getting here as well, by the way. If you're, like, looking for love, I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but if you're looking for love, I would say this is like saying don't settle for less. With the Strength card, you have the Temperance card. Could be a Sagittarius as well coming in for you. Definitely fire stands out to me, obviously. But I feel like you're kind of like reworking something. If we go this way to the High Priestess, again, for whatever reason, I feel like she is the most important card here in your reading this month. And, I kind of feel like she is representing something very, very big in your life, like a big vision, a big dream, a big goal. It's almost like, she has these 3 stages to her crown. And those 3 stages represent the beginning, middle, and end of any situation that she gets involved in. And so she sees the beginning, middle, and end of anything that she enters into before she does it. And it's not necessarily intuitive. She might be using her powers of visualization, of, she is like picturing things. She's visualizing how she wants things to go. I think that would be a great idea for you. But it's almost like there's a change here. And I think there are some things that need to change with the Temperance card, because Temperance is about, like, alchemy, turning one thing into another. But going to the Seven of Pentacles, this would be a change in direction in your life. And so, he's looking at these pentacles. He's basically saying, is the juice worth the squeeze, Libra? I always say this to you. And, he's basically looking to grow something new in his life. So pretty crazy reading. Everything is lining up very nicely in this reading, and I really feel like it's saying that you are probably, the Temperance card, I feel, is talking about change in the sense that it's like maybe you want to find love, but if you live in the middle of nowhere, for example, it's going to be hard for you to find love. So you could be moving to put yourself in a better situation or position. Maybe you want to become, an actor or an actress, but maybe you live in Des Moines, Iowa, where it's going to be very, very difficult for you to get noticed. So maybe you move to Los Angeles, right? I get something here about kind of like making a move. It could literally be a move, but it could also be anything else. I think that it has to do with your environment. It's like I think you're realizing that you have to change the things around you so that you can change, like, what you get in life. I hope that makes sense. Next, you have this Aries season card. It says spontaneity. I'm not going to be able to say this today. Spontaneity creates a shift. Spark bold self, honesty, courage. Choose what feels most true to you. Yes, exactly. I feel like this has to do with your feelings. Like I was just saying, in the sense that it's like the things that surround you are very important, like your environment or the situations that you enter into. You have the Hermit, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, of course, is fortune after difficulty. I think we all need to move towards things that might not make sense right now. And I've been saying this a lot, but I think it's just super important. It's like you might have some sort of dream, a new dream to change your life, and it will probably change your life. Probably not going to be easy, but I would do it anyway, whatever it is. So I would get moving here towards whatever you want. I do feel a little bit of love here in this reading. Again, not really a love reading, but as I always say, to me, love is always available to us if we go and get it. So, if you want it, I feel like it's here. You have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. So I do feel like there is some sort of change in your life that's going on. And I feel like you need to make the change. You've been getting this card with me since the beginning of the year. It's like I've been making the joke with you a lot. Is the juice worth the squeeze, right? So clearly this is like a long-term message for you, Libra. And it's something I'd be paying attention to. Like, are you investing in things that invest back in you? All things. Love, business, health, spiritually, everything. And does it match up with your vision? If we go this way, again, it's like she sees the beginning, middle, and end of all situations in her life. So I don't really necessarily feel that the High Priestess in this reading for you is talking about your intuition. I think that's like a little bit of a part of it, of course, but I feel like she is more talking about your vision for your life and like where it's going. And, are you matching the energy? Are you diving into the mysteries? We'll talk about it more in just a minute. You have the Hermit here. It's like I feel like the universe is saying, okay, you've done all the work, you've done all the hard work, and there might be more work to do, but I think you don't realize how easy it's going to be. And didn't I say this to you? I think I said this to you in your weekly reading. I'll try to remember to post it down below. But I think I said to you, it's like you're halfway there. I feel like the first half was difficult. It's like the second half is going to be so much more easy because you've done all the work, but you might be standing at the top of this mountain saying, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I've done all this work. But I feel like what the universe is trying to get you to realize is that you've done the hard work now. So now it's time to keep doing the work, because like the rest of it, it's like all downhill from here, but in a good way. I feel like you're not going to be climbing a mountain. And I'm pretty sure your last reading said something very similar to this here, Libra. Let's see. With the Hermit, you have the Sun. Yes, Sun twice. Are you kidding? Definitely a lot of happiness going this way, a lot of joy, good things. I mean, this is an amazing reading, Libra. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Star, even better. Are you kidding? The Sun and the Star, this way. It's like the Sun and the Star is fame and fortune. It's funny that I said actor or actress, but if you're trying to become famous, very good. If you're trying to get attention on your YouTube channel or whatever, very good. If you're trying to do something that requires attention, like getting a raise or promotion, love, whatever, very, very good. So I feel like there's a lot of happiness and good things coming in for you this way. Basically, a lot of, success. I also would, try to stand out as much as possible. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. You see things very, very clearly now as well. This could be part of the reason things, again, I want to stress that I don't think things are going to be easy. I think you're just at the easier half of whatever you're working towards in your life. And your clarity is like on point. I feel like the thing, how you see it is very clear, and that clarity is what's leading to success. At the end here, you have this Wealth of Knowledge card. It says, connect to knowledge in your soul and teach others to heal the world. Again, as I always tell people, Pluto and Aquarius, we don't have to teach anyone anything right now. I think that the best thing we can do is inspire people. There's a wrestler called the Ultimate Warrior, and I wasn't into wrestling or anything like that as a kid, but he does he died, unfortunately, but he had an amazing motivational video where he said, don't instruct people, inspire people. And I think that is very Pluto and Aquarius, is just by living and just by trying to be an inspiration. And it doesn't matter how big or small it is, like the thing that you do. If you do it, you are healing the world. And of course, I believe we need a lot of that right now. You have the High Priestess, the Six of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Six of Swords, this is the good stuff, so it doesn't matter what shows up here. It's going to be good no matter what. And I feel like you're, kind of like moving on to calmer shores. Like I said, I don't think things are perfect, but I do feel you're kind of at that easy part now where you just have to, one foot in front of the other, working towards your goals, wishes, dreams, whatever this major wake-up call is right here. I feel just one foot in front of the other. You have this High Priestess, so I feel like you definitely need to trust your intuition. I feel like you need to dive into your intuition a little bit more. It's like your intuition is trying to guide you or something, and so I do feel that. But more importantly, I feel your vision, like, how just visualizing, I think, could be super beneficial for you. You have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands definitely says don't give up at this time. So I feel like you need to keep trying. But I also feel like you're, again, at the good part. Again, he's not giving up. He's got that one wand. He's willing to keep going. And, I feel like that's what this reading is really encouraging you to do, is to not stop, to keep pushing forward, more or less. With the High Priestess, you have the Justice card. Yes, you showing up in a very strong position. So I do feel like you're kind of perfectly balanced. High Priestess, she is sitting in the middle of the card. She's sitting in a neutral position. And so she looks at both sides of everything. Justice is cause and effect. So, that's what I'd be paying attention to. With the Six of Swords, you have the Ace of Cups. Could be love coming in for you here. Again, if you're attracting love, it could be a Pisces for some of you. Again, Leo definitely stands out to me. You do water in general. You have the Tower, Scorpio, Chariot, Cancer, and High Priestess, Pisces, of course. You have Sagittarius as well. But Leo, you have Leo here like 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, definitely could be a Leo. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Lovers. Yes, definitely love coming in for you. Some of you could see someone very clearly now as well going this way. I would say could be a person from a distance. It could, but really I kind of get something about a move here. So it's either like you're moving, or I feel someone could be moving to where you live. And obviously maybe you haven't met this person yet, but maybe they move to where you live, and maybe they get hired at your, wherever you work. And that, it kind of strikes me as meeting a person like that. Or maybe you meet them at the same gym that you go to, or whatever it is that you do during the day. It kind of gives me those types of vibes. You could meet them on Tinder, right? But maybe they're new to the area is what I'm getting at here. And I feel like that's how you will know this person. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. This is an amazing reading, Libra. I love it. So let's see. You have this Chair Empty card. It says someone is leaving your life. It could be the Tower, but I feel like this could just be the past anyway, and you're just focusing on something new. I'm actually going to skip forward because you have this Rabbit card, which says too much concern with sexual matters. I'm going to pull an extra card because I feel like this is connected to that Chair Empty card. It's like maybe you were dealing with a person who was too concerned with sexual matters. You have this Hat card. It says you will be playing a different role. Didn't we say this? We said that basically it's like you're stepping into a different role in life. The whole entire reading is talking about this big change, and it's like maybe you're starting from the foundation of the Tower, but it's like you're building something up much stronger, much better. The crown is falling off the Tower, and it's like you're picking up a new crown, doing something new, something different, but it feels like you're being led. You have this Bird Perched. It says waiting for news, package, or letter. If you are waiting for news, I feel like you will be getting news, plain and simple. You have this Younger Woman card. I always clarify these cards. It says dealings with relationships with a younger woman. It could be you, could be a person you're dealing with, and it could be any gender. It says hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. Haven't I been... I'm pretty sure I've been saying this to you as well, that you need a vacation. Even if you can't go on vacation, it's like if you can just have like a little staycation or something like that, I feel like that would be very beneficial. But again, some of you could be traveling and meeting a person. You have this Heart card. It says love, deep affection, and caring. Yes. Definitely could be a love coming in for you. I don't really feel like it's a love reading. I feel like, again, I feel like it's here if you want it. But this could also be talking about you doing more like heart-based stuff to get your 10 of Cups and to go this direction as well. A really interesting reading here, Libra. I love it. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.